everyone! Happy Sunday to you all, to my dear learners and co-learners out there. This is again Teacher Juvie, your backup English. So for today's topic, we're going to have phrases. And for our objective, let us together write phrases based from the pictures shown or the pictures that we are going to have while we will be discussing about this topic. So the first question that I'm going to ask to you is, do you know that sentences and clauses consist of phrases? Yes, they do. Sentences and clauses are actually composed of phrases. So this time, we are going to have the question, what is a phrase? A phrase is two or more words that do not contain the subject-verb pair necessary to form a clause. It can be a subject only or a predicate only. Phrases can be very short or quite long. So meaning to say, in a phrase, it could have just a subject or just a verb or a predicate. Okay, let's proceed. Here are two examples of phrases. And number one, sings well. Why is this an example of a phrase? This is an example of a phrase because when we say sings well, contains only a verb and it does not have a subject. It does not have a subject-verb pair. And now, shall we have example number two? After slithering down the stairs and across the road to scare nearly to death, Mrs. Philpott busy pruning her rose bushes. Again, this sentence is quite longer. The meaning of phrase is, phrases can be very short or quite long. But remember that it doesn't have a subject-verb pair. So this example is quite longer, but then it does not express a complete thought, and that is the meaning of phrase. So let's proceed. Here are more examples of phrase. Again, phrase doesn't have a subject and verb pair. Number one, watching the television. Though it has a verb, but it does not have a subject. Number two, the flowers in the garden. It does not have a verb. Number three, every morning. It just signifies time. Number four, dance gracefully. No subject at all. Next is the mother. It's not complete, right? Last example is knows well the song. Who knows well the song? And so these are examples of phrases because it does not contain a subject-verb pair. And now let's go to answering the guided practice activity, the independent practice activity, and the evaluation. Let us start with guided practice activity directions. Match two phrases correctly to form meaningful sentences. You have to write the same number for each pair. So you can answer this randomly, like you can choose which would be the first pair that you're going to have. So for this activity, I'll be giving you two examples of pair. So if I'm going to decide my first pair, I would try this one. First pair is, or first phrase is, there is a huge lake. And for the partner, my answer would be, there is a huge lake beyond these mountains. So this is my first pair. So I'm going to write number one. There is a huge lake. Okay, that is for number one. And another number one for beyond these mountains. All right, shall we have example number two? So let us try this phrase. Did you forget to? That is not complete. That is why it is an example of a phrase. Did you forget to do the homework again? Do not forget to make your homework. Okay, so for me, that should be my second pair. So I'm gonna write number 2 for did you forget to? Number 2 here. And another number 2 for do the homework again. So the sentence now is, did you forget to do the homework again? All right, so I do believe that you can do it by yourself, answering numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. I guess there should be 6 pair, yeah, because these are all 12 phrases. So you can do it. Try for your learning. So thank you so much. Let's proceed to the next activity, the independent practice activity. So directions here. Get at least 2 words from the box to create a meaningful phrase based from the picture. Write your answers on the space provided. So we have here the pictures and words beside the pictures. What you're going to do is to create a meaningful phrase. Dear learners, remember that a phrase is a group of words without a subject-verb pair. So let us try number 1 and number 2. So we have here on the picture, please try to see. There is a man, okay, holding something. So the words beside the man are reading, newspaper, are, is, he, and they. So what could be the possible phrases for this number? So the examples of phrases in this number could be is reading. We can have also are reading. We can also have a newspaper or reading newspaper. So we have a lot of answers for number 1. All of those are correct. What you just have to remember is a phrase is a group of 2 or more words without a subject-verb pair, and it does not give a complete thought. Let us try number 2. A woman is writing. That is a sentence already. So if I'm going to say a girl is writing, that is already an example of sentence because it does have a subject, a girl, and a verb, writing. But do remember, my dear learners, that a phrase does not have a subject-verb pair. So in here, answers could be, okay, try to think again. Answers could be is reading, because is reading is just a verb, no subject. Or we can also have are reading. So I have given you answers for number 1 and number 2. I do hope you can make it to numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 10. You can do it. Remember that a phrase is a group of words, 2 or more words without a subject and verb pair. Sometimes it's short and sometimes it's quite longer. Let's proceed to evaluation. So for this time, learners, you will be answering these questions. We have the directions. Write the letter of the correct answer on the space provided before each item. So the answers for these questions are found on the previous slides and discussions that we had. Just try to recall and understand all the discussions that we had so you can answer these questions from 1 up to number 5. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Hope we can be together again with the next video lesson that I'm going to make. If this video helps, then please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can subscribe here below with this encircled picture of your backup English. Thank you so much. And this is again Teacher Juby saying, have a good day and bye. Take good care.